Since the early 1950s, Mercedes has been quite a significant team in Formula One, and during its journey, it has enjoyed varying degrees of success at various points. Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg have been instrumental in the team's success in recent years, helping it to claim many Constructors and Drivers Championships. To increase the performance of their vehicles on the track, Mercedes relies on cutting-edge technology and data analysis. Also, the team is closely associated with its parent corporation, Mercedes-Benz, which enables them to integrate the most cutting-edge automotive technology into its Formula One cars. Today, we'll be looking at the brand new W14 that is scheduled to be released on the 15th of February. Stay tuned till the end of the video as we delve deeper into the matter and attempt to answer the questions: how different is it, and what impact will it make? Now, let's just take a quick look at the team's history. Aerodynamics is one of the primary areas of focus for Mercedes in Formula One, and to get the most aerodynamically efficient design for its vehicles, the team relies on cutting-edge computer models and wind tunnel testing. This helps improve downforce, which is the force that pushes the car down the track, enhancing its grip and stability. It also pays a significant amount of emphasis on developing power units, including the engine, transmission, and energy recovery systems. And since 2014, the group has been using hybrid power units, which have proven to be essential to their success. Mercedes has largely relied on data analysis and computer simulation to maximize its effectiveness. Its plant in Brackley, England has a state-of-the-art simulation center, where engineers can run simulations of the car on various tracks and conditions, allowing them to improve the car's configuration before the car has even been driven on the track. They make adjustments to the car's setup in real time using the telemetry data that's provided by the car while the race is in progress, and after the race, they analyze how well the car performed. This makes it easier for the crew to pinpoint and fix any problems that may have been affecting the car's performance. And now, in 2023, they will introduce the W14. So, to understand if the W14 Mercedes car for this year's season will be a direct progression of its predecessor or not, it's necessary to start with last year's car. After recent statements made by Toto Wolff regarding its consistency in terms of apparent shape that contrast, at least partially, this method makes even more sense. There have been rumors, which have been supported by sources within the team, that the W14 will be a conceptual revolution from a variety of different points of view. The Mercedes W13 spent the majority of the previous season competing as a single-seater, making it challenging to realize the car's full capability. In the course of events since the pre-season test in Bahrain, when the zero side pod version made its appearance, it had been abundantly clear that the Brackley team's goals will be lowered. This became apparent as soon as the version was introduced. In fact, the most significant drawback of that idea was its propensity to porpoising, also known as aerodynamic jolts. This flaw made it impossible for the group to capitalize on the potential that the technicians had seen in the simulation. Well, actually, in order to lessen it, it was essential to adopt ride heights that were significantly higher than the level that would have been considered optimum. This resulted in a significant loss of downforce from the floor. Its erratic behavior remained for a considerable amount of time on all different kinds of songs, while the engineers led by Mike Elliott searched, seemingly with persistent blindness, for the performance that was lacking. The decision to continue development was not made out of stubbornness, but rather out of a necessity to completely comprehend the challenges posed by the project. Well, with 2023 in mind, it would not have made any sense to have instantly given up on the development of the W13 without having a thorough understanding of the factors that contributed to its sluggishness and unease. They started looking for answers in Hungary and Brackley. And if they had been successful, they could have started thinking about 2023 at that point. On the other hand, development proceeded until Austin, at which point it had not yet been decided which direction to take with the W14. Specifically, whether to make a clean break with the W13, follow concepts that are comparable to those of Red Bull, or maintain its principles in terms of the external lines of the vehicle. There's a good chance that the 2023 single-seater will have a strong family feeling in common with the one that came before it. On the other hand, the rear could have less of a taper in order to achieve a larger degree of stiffness at the bottom and a different method of flow control in the back. Recent statements made by Toto Wolff indicate that the W14 will keep a significant amount of the DNA from its predecessor. under the bodywork in terms of packaging, and under the floor, which will be modified in many parts. Particularly in the portions of the diffuser throat and the venturi channels will be where the majority of the alterations will take place. In light of these considerations, the side pod may be able to keep its structure comparable to that of the W13 by incorporating frontal vertical inlets. Now, there are two possible explanations for why the backside appears to have less of a taper. One that is of an aerodynamic character, with a flat portion at the level of the rear suspension forming a T-shape at the rear to boost the efficiency of the diffuser by utilizing the beam wing, and one that is of a shape similar to that of the wing. The second cause is more of a structural one. In fact, the huge open floor space at the bottom of the W13 was especially flexible at the ends. Thus, its thickness had been raised at the project level, which resulted in an increase in weight. For this year, the minimum weight has been lowered to 796 kilograms, giving teams a greater incentive to minimize the weight of their race vehicles. The gearbox will be a significant improvement over the one that came before it, and will have a unique configuration of the essential components that make up the rear suspension. At the level of the power unit, the specialists working under the direction of Hywell Thomas are certain that the performance is comparable to that of Honda and Ferrari. They've already started the engine. In conjunction with Petronas, a significant amount of work has been done to improve the efficiency of combustion, which has led to an increase in the amount of fuel that can be consumed with the same amount of effort. If the sides continue to be as thin as they are on the W13, they'll keep their vertical apertures and their obvious deformable components. On the other hand, on the right is the double bottom variant, which might alternatively be utilized in accordance with the principles that the RB18 adheres to. It's also quite accurate to say that the W14 is an important benchmark for Mercedes as they attempt to recover, because even while each Formula One team builds a whole new car from scratch at the beginning of each season, the members of the Mercedes team are nonetheless sure to feel a great deal of excitement in reaching this milestone just before the company shuts down for the holidays. Now, considering that the W14's predecessor caused the team problems throughout the entirety of 2022, it is quite clear based on the team's work throughout the year that the team has been working towards eliminating the porpoising issues that plague the W13 and closing the significant performance gap that separated them from Red Bull and Ferrari. They gradually closed the gap with their competitors over the course of the season, and their dominating performance in the penultimate race, which took place in Brazil, will undoubtedly have provided Mercedes with renewed impetus as they head into the off-season. Mercedes has reached a significant milestone in the process of putting together their new car. Despite the fact that there is still a couple of months to go before the preseason testing for the 2023 season, and a great deal of work to be done to the car before it makes its debut on the track in Bahrain for the first time. Well, guess we'll just have to wait till it launches for a better view, right? What do you guys think? Let us know in the comment section down below, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to not miss any of our future updates. See you next time, bye.